Welcome back to Late Night, everyone. This is Pastor Dan along with Jay Beach and the all-night band. We have been talking to Moses, child of the water, and John, the love child of God. Now let's welcome the matron from Moab, the lovely talented Ruth. Let's give her a big hand. Welcome to Late Night, Ruth. It is wonderful to have you join us this evening.
Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. It is good to be here. What a great group you have here this evening. And John, Moses, so good to see you again. It is a real honor to be here with two of the greats of Scripture.
The pleasure is all ours.
Good to see you again.
And that was quite an introduction. The matron from Moab? Wow, I didn't think many made that connection.
Well, I did read your book before you came.
And a little history reading would have revealed that some might not consider that a compliment. There is after all that little story at the end of Genesis 19. Not too flattering. Lot of racial prejudice in that little made-up ditty. Surprised it made it in the Bible.
Oh,
Don't worry, I am proud of my heritage. Thank you for mentioning it. God has a way of countering those prejudices. Remember, because of me, the famous King David has a little Moabite ancestry to claim.
So life didn't start out real smooth for you, did it?
No, not exactly. I mean, there were some high points. Mahlon was a wonderful husband. Our time together was too short, but he was a wonderful man. Strong, handsome, romantic. We had some wonderful years together, before everything fell apart.
The book doesn't say much about that.
No, the focus of the book is on what happened later, but those early years were also wonderful. And then in less than a year's time, Oprah, Naomi and I were left all alone. It was awful. It seemed like just getting up in the morning and trying to breathe were difficult. The grief was so great.
But instead of going back and getting a fresh start in life, you decided to stay with Naomi.
She was a gracious woman. I was proud to have her as my mother-in-law. She offered Oprah and I both love and freedom. Oprah decided to go back, and I don't blame her for that, but I just couldn't leave Naomi all alone to fend for herself. After all the love and welcome she showed me, I had to go with her and respect the love I received by showing love to her. John, I think I heard you backstage talking about that very same idea.
Yes, loving God is one thing, but respecting that by showing love to others is where we see God at work in the world.
Yes. Those 10 promises are broken down into love God and love others.
Amen, and thank you both for all you have contributed to that basic understanding of Scripture.
So how did you manage to get through those dark times in your life?
Service. I was shown love and welcomed as family by Naomi, and this was my opportunity to see God in my life in a new way, but showing love back to her. I didn't know what the future would bring, but when we returned to her home country and a successful barley harvest was going on, I just felt God's hand in that, especially in being able to help Naomi, who was getting up in years. As Moses and John have said, it was in loving others that I was able to see the God who was loving me.
Wow, beautiful story. I can't wait to hear more.
I'll bet you can, but believe me, you won't hear all the details, just saying.
Well, it is time again for another commercial. Please join us after the break as we continue our discussion with Ruth, along with Moses and John. Looking for someone special in your life? Try eHarmony.com.